Hey, yo, Lane, check dig, man. I was just sitting back reminiscing, man, you know what I'm saying, and vibing on how things used to be, you dig? Like when we was youngsters, you know what I'm saying, that old West End used to rock. St. Anne's used to jump, you know?
We children used to see the dance every day. I used to go to Toledo. When kids really used to go outside and play. I used to go to Toledo. When females used to carry themselves as women. I used to go to Toledo. When hustlers used to do their time without snitching.
Listen, I remember back in the day when I was a child, doing bad, mama used to take us to eat at Hot and Now. Very convenient, the food was good and plus it was cheap. Creeping off the block to go swimming at Willie's every week. Dirt courts in just about every backyard, hooping on crates. Sneaking jars out the house, trying to catch lightning bugs and snakes. The good old days when penny candy really used to cost a penny. Ice cream truck had ice cream on it, you could buy for 10 pennies. Pimping your bike out with chrome caps, reflectors and mirrors. The hood used to be a village back when the neighbors cared. It was less snitching, more females carried themselves like women. I wish I could go back and visit, cause I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the dance every day.
It ain't got that same vibe it got no more in the
Really
streets, you know?
used to go outside and play.
Yeah, okay. I feel where you going, VJ.
Females used to carry themselves as
Okay,
women.
Lane. It's your boy Bobcat, man, just reminiscing, check dig.
When hustlers used to do their time without snitching.
I'm just reminiscing about the old days. And nah, I don't go far back as the OJs. Lane, look, I'm talking late 80s, early 90s. On Auburn up at Peach Rose is where you could find me. I was screaming crossroads for the love of the dough. 16 double O until the world blow. When Indo and Joint Mob had a lock on the South. And Arden Coleman had you scared to come out of your house. Around the time when Magic Wand found out he was Plera. And Ray Stone was so fly, yeah, that was the era. Philly and Philly and all was reppin' for Out Hill. That Scott and Libby gang could damn near get a nigga killed. When Northtown was bumpin', Southwick was slumpin'. Follow the light, lightning rod had every club jumpin'. I give her arm, a leg, 2 shoulders, and a tooth. To see Toledo how it was in my youth. Man, I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the dance every day. When kids really used to go outside and play. When females used to carry themselves as women. When hustlers.
Good Friday morning.
Hey,
How's everybody doing?
thank God it's Friday, TGIF.
It is a beautiful August 27 in the background. You got Toledo's own Bobcat, CJ Mack, and Lane Ridley.
It's August 28th.
It's 28. And you know the producer of this song is our own executive director, Mr. and owner, Jesse Coleman.
Produce that song, Jesse?
Y'all can see that.
That
I
was
like that. I
the
like
viewers
that.
that's in beats too.
He do beats, and that's right.
Everything.
Y'all with the
everything.
y'all listening to our co-host, the best cast in the world, the #1 urban radio podcast live with Leah Renee
Hey, what's up, world?
and the guru, the secret weapon in the sauce, Dre Sav.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, lovely Leah. How you doing? What's up, everybody? JC, what's going on, man?
What
How
up,
you
y'all?
guys doing?
We having a good show today, ain't we?
Man, this thing is
Yeah,
about
we're
to
gonna
be.
have a great show.
It's all
It's been a
energy right
serious
now.
week. The whole week was crazy.
Yeah.
and the whole
man.
week has been crazy.
And so those that's listening live, we want to say good morning, good Friday morning. This thing is like Firecracker Friday right now. It's on and popping. So everybody that's listening, that's looking on the Facebook Live, follow us on all of us, subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook. Cause right now, my co-host Dre he speaks highly of Black Thoughts. I couldn't be Black Thoughts, so I was Fat Thoughts today. If you see looking live, looking in live, that boy looked real good. Tell David
I was
Hollister.
gonna say I didn't want to get on. You about the pink? I
Hey,
came
man.
in the door like, what is going on?
Hey,
I couldn't-
You looking real fresh,
that boy
real clean.
super duper fresh.
Hey, I
That's
couldn't-
like
Yeah.
89 fresh.
I couldn't be David Hollister, so I'm David Holla at you. So,
Well, you looking good, my brother.
oh,
you
what do you say? That's big Negro season. But so I'm feeling good. I'm grateful, man. We're just thankful that people are listening and taking their Friday morning with us, Dre.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they with us. It's just grateful, Leah.
Yeah, because they could be tuned into any show.
Anything.
They could be listening to
Doing
anything,
anything.
watching anything, doing anything. But you guys are here with us, and we truly appreciate you.
With the number one.
They was giving up love off the air though. From the time we got off yesterday, I've been having people, why you ain't say you doing this? Why you ain't doing? You ain't call me and tell me that. I don't do it like that.
You don't
I
do it like
that. I don't do
And
it
that's
like
where we at. And we got we have again our executive producer. We have our interns in here. So same vibe in the studio, or if you
Yeah.
in your car, you listen. If you working out this morning, we got young people in the studio in the 419 group grind studio, listening. They're learning. They looking at me. I don't know what else to say because he in my mouth. Good morning, Trey. Good morning, Marquia. And they in here getting this with us. And you know what? Got to give us. You know what we miss. We missed we called it the square, but it's for a good reason. Got to give a big shout out to Victor Coleman, Leah.
Yes. Shout out to Vic. 'Cause
Jay, we forgot about,
I know. We never do that. That's crazy.
and we got to make sure.
I don't think we don't never do it. We've done it.
Nah, I don't think we've done it enough.
There you go.
Definitely. We've
Yeah,
not
done
done
it
it
enough.
enough. We've not done it enough.
And that's our financial
Man, shout out
risk.
to Vic. Shout out to Vic. He's behind the scenes. He don't say much. He don't pop in front of the camera. He don't he's very behind the scenes. But Doctor Vic Coleman.
Let's put some respect on
Let's
that.
put
Right.
On
let's
that
put some
Negro.
respect on his name. Yeah, but he does a whole lot, and he holds it together for us.
Absolutely.
So shout out to Vic.
Leah, you look so nice today. I mean, you
you.
sparkling, you
Yeah,
bubbling.
she is shimmery today.
Well, thank you.
It's shimmery. All right.
I got my lashes done yesterday,
Oh, that's what it is.
and I got my eyebrows waxed.
Oh.
But there it is. Fine tuned.
Hey, what we got going on today on today's show?
Man, we got a great show lined up. A lot of great trending topics. I'm telling you, this is truly that show. Expect the unexpected, Leah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they want to make sure they tuned in the whole time today.
Hey, Trice, you haven't read the whole book yet, and you wasn't here yesterday when I interviewed Dre on my show. Did you know in his book he has the unexpected?
Absolutely. I'm still in the bathroom because it's a bathroom
I was
read
waiting.
on the other side. It's that great of a book. And big shout out to Andre McCullough.
Yes.
Get the book.
Yes.
I
I can't wait to get my copy.
And if you missed it, just go back on YouTube and look back at it. But Leah, you are absolutely right. That's why, Dre, this show is going to be off the chain because it's unexpected, it's raw. They going to get it from the bottom to the, hey, we started from the bottom, now we here.
Exactly. Speaking of that too, you mentioned Dre. Don't forget too tonight too. He'll be signing books and
Hey.
doing all that.
Yeah.
too.
Where
Don't
at
forget
though,
that.
Dre?
We're at the agenda, right? That's what we
From
doing.
8 to 9.
Yeah, so make sure you get in there and holler.
That's
at
why
him
I'm
on
already
that.
ready,
He's
like-
signing books. No, as I said that, I
already
didn't get the
ready?
party part. We know that, right? Nah, Dre, when he's signing books, so come bless that. You know what I mean? We
Absolutely.
don't hear a lot of brothers in the, you know what I'm saying, from the street writing books about how not to be in it.
And be a network of 7 figures. Just
Exactly.
like, that's why I'm kind of dressed like this right now, Dre.
You start. It's your pre. It's
Yeah.
the pre-game when
It's the
because you
pre-game?
gonna kill him later.
No.
I know you.
I'm like Jesse when he go to work at Jeep. I'm going to go to work just with my clothes on. I dress at work.
Wait a minute. That ain't how I dress at.
No, you ain't. But it didn't. When you go in some of these manufacturers now, they already dressed for the night before.
That's second shift. When second shift go to work, they working like they going to a party. Going to a club.
I'm here. That's me right now.
Yeah, that's you right now.
Shoot.
Yeah.
as soon as 11 comes.
First shift we work.
As soon as they come,
We work.
Oh, first shift
We
they do.
grind. Yeah. We work.
So, as you said, we got a great show. We got people listening in. We got people weighing in. The social media platform is just
Well, it's the
hanging right
Republican
now.
National Convention though is that direction.
Straight
in terms
into
of that.
the trending topics.
Trending topics in Toledo on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Leah was just talking about that. Dre, you said
Yes.
something that
Yeah.
started.
The Republic National Convention has been going on all week. And
last night, eventful.
very eventful.
Leah, talk about that a little bit. You had some topics that you wanted to.
Well, Donald Trump has broken all protocols, which is as no surprise. I mean, he's been breaking protocols before he came into office. I don't even know how he got into office, but that's neither here nor there. But he broke all protocols. He is a candidate for the White House for this presidential election, and he is not supposed to be using the White House as a platform for his speeches and things for the election. And he had had something on the lawn at the White House, and no president in history has ever done that. That's just pure disrespect.
Right.
I mean, that's just he has no regard for any type of custom, or he talks about what's the word I'm looking for? Not somebody help me.
Tradition?
Yes, thank you. Tradition. They talk about tradition and being an American and patriotic and this and that, and he doesn't follow he doesn't follow traditions.
I think where they were going though, with I guess in the devil's advocate there, they in terms of the COVID situation and the way everything is a new way of operating, Leah. So I guess they took a what can I say, a sort of a backhanded route toward breaking up what was a protocol, and there was a reason for that, because it's a very influential image to see the incumbent standing there. If you're talking about being able to compete with him, he's already in the office. That's probably the ideology behind that. But in this situation, they're probably saying, well, we're in the COVID, so let's put the president here, which for the reason they don't want you to do it, probably shouldn't have been done. He could have done it elsewhere. He could have done it somewhere else that just didn't suggest the power. That was just a power play on a subconscious level. And that's probably what you're getting and what you're hearing in terms of pushback with that. But that is, by and large, why that hadn't been done prior to now, because that's not a way to approach. As the incumbent, you already have the advantage,
exactly.
Right? The expectation is for you to receive a second term. All right, well, this is the first very, very controversial, beyond controversial consideration of the nation on putting a man back in place that so many people are divided and disoriented about behaviors and actions.
And then on top of that, there was a no mask requirement. We're in the middle of a pandemic. There was a no mask requirement for the event. Social distancing wasn't practiced, and there was even, from what I heard, somebody, an ongoer, somebody that was there was like that they would die just to be in his presence. They don't care if they were sick, if they that's how serious his followers and the people that are supporting him are. And so we are in the middle of a pandemic. People are literally dying from this disease, and they didn't even have a mask requirement, and they were not practicing social distancing. And so it's just crazy.
And that's what we mean where COVID-19, Leah and Dre, people can get that off. Because that's what they're going to go behind. Like you said, he didn't move it to another city. He didn't move it to anywhere. He got that off. It's COVID. And he can say, and the reason we didn't move it to where it was going to initially be in North Carolina and things of that nature.
So that's a curtain they can get that off.
That's to get that off.
We're going to break that rule.
This is why and that's why it is such a opportunity if those that's pay attention can get involved, because now you get those off. Because his son on Monday night, because it's been 4 days, but his son, Donald Trump Jr., actually said something. He was saying so fast that everybody was just kind of blinded by some of the other things that he said. But what he did say, Donald Trump Jr., that the police need to be held accountable for what they do. And it was crazy that he said that. Now, again, that's that whole political piece or whatnot. But for him to say that, and they just kind of sugarcoated it behind. And I tell you what was also interesting last night. On Facebook, you could not hear the convention. It was muted. And all you heard was his followers, Jesse, everybody saying, go Trump, go Trump. But you could not hear it. And it lasted, if not the entire time, a large bit of the time it was on Facebook. They muted.
Did they have a reason for that?
They didn't. They didn't put it in there, and then they rolling the video clips of all this stuff, and nobody could hear. But you just saw the support for him, and so me being just kind of one of the millions that weighed in. Hey, Trump can't hear you. Saying go Trump.
Right.
And it was just one of those things. And I'm sure, even now, I'm sure people are on social media, and I'm sure people are on our site, 419 Grok podcast, speaking to that. Because it's just that serious, Leah, that, he got a following that people really ain't, he has his following.
Yeah.
That's why it is so important.
Well, it speaks to, again, where the nation actually, when Leah says, well, I don't know how he got in the office and this and that. Well, Leah, the thing is because what's unfortunate, and I don't think gets said and stressed enough, and what people don't really want to accept, and this is not a color thing either. Mm-hmm. The nation is the president. He embodies exactly what the nation is. Now, I'm not saying you individual, maybe you don't stand for certain things, and maybe you don't appreciate certain things that have taken place or that are taking place, and certainly not some things that are going to take place if some changes don't occur. But with that said, he embodies what we have become. Mm-hmm. And every unfortunate circumstance and parts of this nation that, like, it kind of embodies that. We've seen that. Yeah. And the thing is, it's crazy because then there's a part that we all strive and achieve in the nation in terms of the capitalist system, and which gives you the ability to live the American dream, whether you are black or white, all of that, right? Mm-hmm. He represents that too. That's what people aren't getting. There's an irony there that he represents that too, a guy that was able to maneuver through our systems and everything else, even legacy and all of that, and achieve or ascend to where he has. Anybody can do that. Now, he's certainly proof of that. So he did that, but once in place, people didn't necessarily like the representation that they got.
Right.
But I will say this for the man, he certainly didn't lie when he said, I'm about to flip this thing on its ear. He said that coming through the door. It's just that people didn't believe that and didn't understand what level he was really referring to. Right. So I say to people, at the end of the day, you kind of get what you ask for if you do have issues. Again, because this didn't just occur on this go round. We could take this energy. There were some things about President Bush and things. It's not like we forgot that, or even his father. You see what I'm saying? We had a slight conversation that we know we can't get on here in terms of President Obama and where the black person stands after his administration. So, but go ahead, Trice. I'm sorry, brother.
No. Because you walked right into what we was going, because that's what they said. That was a lot of talk from last night, Dre, of President 45 Trump 45, whatever you he did not address what was going on in Milwaukee. Wow. He never said nothing about that incident, and all he said is what Pence talked about, the protests, but not about what actually happened involving that. And you saw the WNBA ladies, women, and you can see it if you go online, anywhere, they all in unity kneeled on the floor with their shirts, and they all had representations and symbols of bullets being shot in their back as they kneeled across the floor, Leah. And it was so powerful. If you go online right now, it's just WNBA, you'll see it. But he talked about, 45 talked about the protests, but not why they were protesting. Didn't even address it. Of course. So, Leah, that's why that is.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, because that just leads me into my next trending topic. We know about the black man that was shot 6 times in the back in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and he's paralyzed. He's in the hospital. And I just found out this morning, I don't know if you guys were aware, but this man is in the hospital handcuffed to his bed.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
And his dad is outraged.
Meanwhile, the 17-year-old white boy who shot and killed 2 people in the protests has walked away. He hasn't been arrested.
Wow.
And that's the big talk, because some saying he had a knife, some Come to find out, he got a screwdriver. And just know, and we'll talk more about it, and there's case law that follows this, that if you're transporting a threatening weapon, they can use that sort of screwdriver. And a lot of people ride with tools, which is legally, with the law, illegal. So he had a screwdriver, which could be perceived as a weapon. Some are trying to throw it between knife and a...
As far as...
But he shot at people.
Which guy you talking about?
In Wisconsin.
That my brother that got shot, you saying that's what the screwdriver, that's the perception. So...
Oh, he had the screwdriver. Okay, gotcha.
And they're trying to say curtail to a knife. And there's
gotcha.
So you saying from the time, I'm saying at what point did he brandish this? I'm saying, because I don't... Well, here's the thing with that. I don't remember seeing anything in his hand. I don't even, because we can even pull the video back. I got to pull the video back up. But here's the thing that does concern me, that I really, and it really disheartens me, man, that nobody said it. And this is what's scary for our people and part of
black
what's
men
going on. Like, when that happened, if you watch it, and again, no, absolutely, nobody's supposed to be shot in the back, period. Number one, even if you shooting people, even in the Wild West, they face each other. They used to walk down, turn around, and blast, and whatever, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying this. I'm just saying, right? There's always a respect and there's an honor to everything, right? Even if we doing something that maybe could be deemed dishonorable.
All right.
But you kill. That's what makes this worse and more egregious is the fact that the man's gunned down and in his back, right? So but I watched that. And here's what I would have been concerned about. Say if it's my brother Trice and he was in that situation, and say you had lived, Trice, and it didn't result in shots or what have you, right? Perhaps they let you go. Maybe you had some words and you got off with that one and actually got home. Okay. But if I had seen the tape of you start over there, no matter what they saying with you, since they already drawing down, like sometimes it's just talking. I'm not going there with these boys, period. Matter of fact, I used to be a charismatic guy on the traffic stop and what have you, engage with the officer. We get cool, we chop it up. And that's my bad, right?
Why you stop me? Stephen A. talking about that.
No more discussions, no more chatting. I'm giving you whatever, because right now, I don't know if I'm getting out of this, right? Yeah. So I said that to say, I'm not going to play games with these people, period. I'm not getting ready to do anything, and I know that still might not save my life.
And it's so
I might not bust a move, but that still might not say
right.
so.
And it is so true, because you're talking me that experienced that. I asked the officer at a stop, can we have a commanding officer, and I have tape and we'll play it at another time in the show, could I be stopped? And I called 911 on 911. So even as we teach those influential ears that's in here right now, Dre, even when you are trying to be polite so you can go home.
Let's not forget Philando Castile.
Another point. And so what takes place is, can I please? Yes, sir. No, sir. Don't be a smart ass. What?
Yeah.
What?
Right, but that's what. So thank you for doing that, Trice. So what you know that it's a setup. It could be, right. So let's go in with the mentality. It's a setup, right. So let me go back to brother. Boom. Let's jump back to Wisconsin. So they've drawn down on you, right? Because wherever the tape begins, when you start seeing it, the guns are out and they behind this boy. Why are you walking around the car, though? That's just not something I'm getting ready to do, even though I'm walking. And then they talking too, but I'm not saying he right. I'm not getting ready to say he's supposed to got shot. I'm trying to help our people see how, hold up, that's not the move. Whatever you doing is not that move. You still walking, because anybody, you know how you do when somebody turn their back on you, you talking to them, Trice? You do it now, you're going to be ready to rock a cat. Like, hey, bro, I'm talking, and this and I'm not saying these cats is cool. White officer, black, could have been black officer. Hey, man, freeze, though. You still walking.
Dre.
And then you open the car door.
Dre. You're right. We seen it here in Toledo. Officer Dyer. He's not here. Rest in peace to his father. I know they're trying, his father. The man was at Home Depot trying to get away with his back.
And you see they doing, so you see they
and tweaking. He was, but now, Dre, when they go back behind Home Depot, there's needles and other chemical and things. So just because we think naturally to freeze, chill out, you don't know what state I'm in.
Oh no, I don't disagree with your brother at all.
And so this brother,
him
and so
all,
the brother might have been trying to we and that's the thing. We can say what we taught.
Yeah, we don't. But that's what scares me because I was scared for him. As soon as he started moving, I'm like, "What you doing, bro?" I'm like, "Hold up, why is you doing?" As I'm looking at, it, I'm like, "Oh, why you doing that?" You know. But then don't get these people because this what he want to do. This clearly what the man want to do.
But
why are you?
But we don't know
doing
what state,
that to that man
we don't
and
know
chasing
what
him
state
around.
He's in.
No, I feel you. I just wish. I guess my prayer would have just been. Sit there, because if they gonna do that, what they did, you gonna have to do this with me being still. I'm gonna have my mouth shut. I'm gonna be looking at you. So if you've been to do something, then do. You know what I'm saying? But because I know, like you said, ain't no winning that.
Just
so I'm
like,
not going to try to talk to you, but I'm not gonna say I'm gonna sit. Hey.
So Leah, right there, to Dre's point, Stephen A. Smith talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
And what he said was, which we all do. Mostly all of us in this room and those that's listening, those that's watching. When somebody stopped by a police officer in the car and they say, "Can I get your driver's license?" No problem, here we go. When that person says, "Why you stop me?" We all like, "No, don't." Stephen A. said it. So Stephen A. was like, he's in Harlem, he's doing what he's supposed to do, and he gives the officer what he wants. And Stephen A. says, "Why are you As soon as Stephen A. said that, Leah, we all think, Dre, just like you said when he moved, Stephen A., why'd you? Now we at the point now we can't even ask you why you stopping us.
It's unfortunate. I hate saying that, but that's the truth.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we got to be super careful. It's like, it ain't fair. He should be able to walk and talk.
Yeah, we should be able to be like, why am I being stopped? But now we have to even be conscious of that. Man, you know what I mean? Can't even ask that question without, being, you getting smart with me, and it's like,
we pay for this. We pay
but then you know what's unfortunate though, because I know everybody in the room knows some officers. Man, we in Toledo, so we all in the community. We know officers
on the number one, podcast radio show in the land, 419 Grind Podcast, and we all know
But it's
officers.
just unfortunate though that they get a bad because it's brothers out here. It's my white brothers out here. It's my brothers of color out here wanting to do the job to protect the people. That's really wanting to do that.
Thank you for your service.
Officer Moore, TPD. You know what I'm saying? Tony
Ron Ellis.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Brother Kaiser.
Charles Leitner.
Okay. Cast this out here.
Ron
really
Wilcox.
To do the job.
Damian Bond.
Damien.
Robert Campbell.
Yep.
And so many men, and not
Officer
just black.
Stewart, you know what I'm saying?
Not just black. Not just black. I am the announcer every year put on by Mom's House, the law enforcement versus fire and rescue. And so every year we have men and women who is trying to protect, just like we all say, there's always one. And so in this situation, Drake, to your point, we see now, what you talking for? Be cool. Man, don't do that. That's why when we was talking earlier and having our brother Dion Thompson, who teaches jiu-jitsu, but that is an art to help de-escalate. Because that's what I would like to see. So even though we talking about this, what's some solutions? Right. Leah, I would love to see in many of our black neighborhoods, and I'm not saying minority, I'm saying black. Teach me I can go. Drake can go off. That's why we talked about the other day, not going going down there and getting their face because of the agitation. Help me to be de-escalated in a heightened situation.
Right. Absolutely.
So that, if it, like you said, Dre, if it happens, Lord, watch over me, but I'm going to stay in my car of the art. That's why even when we say in here, Jesse is always where Jesse at? He'll be like,
right here.
The chill, the calm, because it's that much. So Leah, as you know, it's a great show. This is a lot of energy. We got guests.
Yes,
this place is about to be on.
Do y'all got the 419 Grind page pulled up? What's up with our listeners? What's up with our viewers?
Well, we know Jesse is watching. And if he ain't, we got it because we know they listen because I'm getting texts and everything about this.
Let me pull up my live. We have some very loyal listeners because this is a very new, brand new show, and we have some loyal listeners who have been listening since day one. Who have TJ, tenaciously, and someone else who
Amy Nicole.
Amy Nicole,
Andrew Z is on. He wants to call in, but he hasn't called in yet.
And then there was someone else who wanted to call in. Caller.
And this is our little thing that we say, expect the unexpected. But if we didn't say your name in this great conversation, if we didn't get you today,
we'll get you.
What's our thing, Leah? If we didn't get you today,
we will get you tomorrow.
And that might be Monday though, right? That might be Monday in this case.
And that's why it's awesome, because we get a chance to control the narrative and just have a great time, and things is just moving in a way that's just awesome. And I love it. And that's why when we come back, people are really, really going to be fascinated by the content of this show. And then we have our guests. And you don't want to miss it. So don't go nowhere. The #1 urban podcast in the country. Right here, the 419 Grind.
Stay tuned.
If you're tired of church as usual and you're looking for something invigorating, exciting with passion, then the Greater New Psalmist Baptist Church, 3251 Glendale, is the place for you. We are a people that's determined to occupy all streets while cultivating cultural change. The only things missing is you. Meet us at 3251 Glendale Avenue as we continue to be relevant and occupy all streets while cultivating cultural change.
He crazy.
He shuts it down.
That's right. We're right back here on the all new Rise and Grind morning show, brought to you weekly, Monday through Friday, beginning at 8:30, right here on the 419 Grind podcast,
our
the
friends
network.
at New Psalmist Church.
Yes. Shout out to our sponsor, Dr. Breon Hall, and our friends over at New Greater Psalmist Church. They were our first sponsor, and we truly appreciate them. And shout out to my girl, Lexi, because she's listening. She's part of the team, and she couldn't be here this morning, but shout out to her. We love you, girl.
What's up, Lexi? And as those that's, because we have our listeners that don't get to have the opportunity right now because they might be working, they might be doing something essential in life, virtual learning. A lot of kids are back doing some virtual learning. But I'm excited because when you got your people here, when your folks come, like you got your folks with you, anything can pop off when you got your people with you. And as we get things set up, and this is one of them raw and straight to it podcast that's live, the only podcast in the country right now that's live that people gonna go back to, and ain't none of this script, this stuff right off the cuff. So when our guests come in late, they breathing hard on the mic, they trying to, and there's some stairs, and they got to get straight to it. But your people here, so it's that type of party, man. I want to tell y'all listeners that's in here with us right now, especially, hey, ladies! We got the ladies in the building.
Hey, I know. I'm so happy to finally have some ladies in here with me because I'm always outnumbered, y'all.
And these ain't ladies. These, I can't cuss. I just won't say it right now. And because I'm gonna go right into an introduction of why I can't cuss right now. So when you got your people here, I have the opportunity, and I know our family is just smiling when they look back at this, to see us in the room that's gonna be on all over the world. My cousin, and when we say cousin, like our mama's his sister, so she really my
it's
sister.
Not a play cousin. It's serious.
No, like, and I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, okay.
But then we got her best friend growing up, who grew up like that. We grew up together. She like my cousin, so her family, our family. You know how you be like,
yeah, absolutely.
Dre and Leah, when you be like, that's my cousin, and then they be like, how? You be like, see, we really not cousins, but we cousins because both of all our families, man. We have my cousin, my sister, Unique Shaw Johnson, and Miss. She said her name is pronounced Letitia, but everybody call her Tish Holmes. Let's make some noise in the studio. It's that type of. Hey, but look, they trying to come in all do. So I can do this because my cousin here, so I can get right into it. So Unique, I'm trying to look cute. Dre Sav said he's a big fan of Black Thoughts, the artist, the music. I said I couldn't be from the roots. I said I couldn't be Black Thoughts. I'm Fat Thoughts. So I saw this hat from our granddad, and it didn't fit, but it was cute. I'm like, shoot, people wearing stuff now that don't match, it don't look right. I'm just gonna make it work. So I just got this hat and set it on my head. Tish, how I look? That boy look thirsty.
Hey, my mom commented on the thread and she said she liked that hat. You looking good.
Oh, that boy here cute. So I got to say, so Unique. See, everybody in here get this part, but who am I to the family for real?
He is, how can I put this nicely? He gets on our nerves.
This is a podcast. You say some shit in here.
He gets on our damn nerves. Okay? He wants to be the dad to everybody. Even his mama. How you the dad to the person that birthed you?
Tish, who am I? Who am I to?
Big Trice.
Hear me.
Always loud, but always commanding respect and always handling business. Period.
We really ain't gotta go no further than that, Leandra. No, I can't go there right now. I'm black. I'm fat thoughts. So again want to welcome y'all to the all new Rise and Grind morning show. You can listen live. Y'all gonna take this back, but the reason that y'all rocking with us and we rocking with you, because y'all giving us an opportunity, because y'all about to change the game here in Toledo. So, Unique, Tish, what y'all about to do Sunday over at the Jesus Center, at the Sullivan Center, this Sunday from 1 to 5 p.m. August 30th, and ain't nobody doing nothing because it's essential. So you got some essential time. What y'all doing over at the Jesus Center? 2049 Parksdale.
Parkside.
That's because I got on these so some people be wearing what's the glasses?
This is what happens when people wear sunglasses and buildings.
No, but what they call them? No, what they call them glasses out of Detroit?
Buffs.
No, these Burleys. These Burlingtons. So some folks got buffs. I got on these Burlingtons right now. And I look good. So what's up? What's up on Sunday?
So we have the All Queens pop-up shop. It started with.
Yeah, where it started? How did it get started?
Tish made a status saying, I want all female vendors. Log onto this status, and I inboxed her like, hey, what are you trying to do an all pop-up with all female? She like, yeah. I'm like, okay, let's collaborate. Let's do this together.
I love it.
To your bestie?
So,
but then my grandmother had passed away. And so when my grandmother passed away, I was still thinking about it, but not so much because I was grieving my grandmother. Right. But then Unique had a loss. Her goddaughter passed away a week from my grandma, which we always have losses around the same time. Her mom died 6 months before my mom died. Oh, wow. Like 20 years ago. So it always happens that way for us. So I was like, I really don't want to do it. Well, she texted me like, oh, I got the venue. I was like, for what? She's like, the pop-up shop. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, now we need some vendors. So it started off with like 25, and then we got more space, and so we ended up with 40 vendors.
Wow, so, that's amazing. And it's all female vendors?
Female.
And what's so crazy, Leah, with all female vendors, and they'll have you, and we're going to go into that, but why did y'all start it? Like, y'all have y'all own.
Oh, yes. So look. I have, I'm actually going to be representing two things when I'm there. I have a cleaning business. It's called Homes Cleans Homes. I'm going to be representing it there, but not so much because I'm rebranding. So in the next 30 days, I'll have all of that. Awesome. But then I'm also going to be launching and introducing more to the community a t-shirt line. It's called Dough Chaser Apparel. I work for a company called Witness Riches, and in that we have started Dough Chaser Apparel, and so I'm the president, and I run all of the operations. And
Queens run.
Love it.
And,
I love it.
So basically, Dough Chasers are people who are trying to gain a financial advantage. We want to reach out to our community, but then we want other community to come first. But our community is what we kind of focus on right now. So
you can say it. Black community.
Black community.
Yeah, we that. Like, we ain't sugar. We are unapologetically black and brown and beautiful in here. And how'd you get involved?
I got involved.
That's how they do. So how'd you get involved?
I got involved because, like, for one, it just made sense for both of us to tag team together.
Right.
Two, we ain't had nothing where it's just been all females. Like, we some real bosses.
Man.
Like,
Yes.
We really, if we really pull together, like we can really do some things
Yes,
together.
say
If we
that.
stop hating on each other and stop
Here we go.
Thank you.
We can really pull together and make some things happen.
Powerful things too.
So what is Little Boutique?
That's my next question. What's Little Divas Boutique?
Little Divas Boutique started from, as y'all know, the father of our whole family. He kept saying, if you know, I'm a shopaholic. He kept saying, why don't you take what you love to do and turn it into revenue? And it stuck with me. And I'm like, okay, what do I love to shop. I love to shop.
That's what you.
I love to shop.
Look, it was a setup. So it was a setup for him, wasn't it? He wanted to get the plate. Wow.
I prayed on it and I prayed on it. I talked to him that Thursday. I prayed on it. That Sunday, I jumped up. I called my sister. I said, I need a logo. She like, what? I told my daughters, I said, I'm opening up a little Divas Boutique.
She's a grandmother. I seen her. She the granny.
And I never expected it to take off the way it did, but it just happened so fast.
God is good.
You got to step out. So you did that. That's what happened.
I went from, let's get a logo. Let me go get my LLC. I talked to my grandfather, who our family has always had entrepreneurs. So I talked to my grandfather. My grandfather had me sit with an accountant. The accountant told me everything to do. So I went from LLC to vendor's license. And before I knew it, I'm like, I want to do something different than what nobody else doing. It's a bunch of boutiques. It's a bunch of vendors. Man, let me get an app. So I Googled how do you start your own app. And I started my own app by Googling.
I know that's right.
I started my own app. So now I got a website. Now I got an app on Google. I got an app on the iPhones.
I love it.
I know. Here's the other. Then you jump to this though. Then this other shirt. After she did that, what she's doing, you reinvest the profit though.
Exactly.
See, and that's what's happening with the shop that the ladies about to do.
Expect
on the
the
30th.
unexpected.
You dig that? See, so that's what's happening here.
Reinvest the profit, make money, not excuses. Don't chase your apparel. We gonna have it all for y'all this Sunday. So I need all of y'all to come
Bang.
out. We got stuff for men, women, children, everybody. We're not missing out on anyone. So everybody come on out.
I love it. I love it.
Leah, and she said she want us to be here. Tell them where we gonna be, baby girl.
Hey, you know, we gonna be there. We gonna be in the house because see what happened was I came across this post and Unique, I know Unique from my girl Rose. You know, we go back way back, and so she's like family to me too. So when I saw, when I saw the poster, I didn't even know it was her. I just saw the poster and it said all queens. That's what caught my eye, and I'm like, oh. You know,
that's me, Queen B.
Real Table Talk with Leah Renee got to be in the building, like, period. That's the whole point of my show, is to put, our local talent and, on the map. And I want to showcase beautiful women doing positive things. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, I got to be there. So I reached out.
You stepped out?
Yeah.
And when saw that?
Yeah, I reached out because I actually tagged Jesse in a post first, and I was like, hey, can we do a live remote from here, And then he was like, I mean, if they say it's okay. So I reached out, and then come to find out it was my girl Unique. And I'm like, oh,
See, that's why I love it.
And she said, we ain't going
to.
See, they excited now. This girl talk. We done went straight to
Leah. What's so crazy is I have been reaching out to the journal, trying to get someone. I was willing to pay someone to come out and advertise this, and no one was reaching back with me.
Oh my God! You know what? Well, at Savvy Television, we'll hit you back, and here at the Rise and Grind podcast, we'll hit you back.
Yes,
my girl inboxed me and was like, "Hey, can I do your? Can I come and report this?" And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, look at God. Like,
look at God.
And then just with that, you reached out to some folks, and she really didn't, because she hurt the family dad is the plug. So that was cool, but it's because you know how it happens, because now y'all in it, and now you are talking to the #1 urban radio podcast live. So everybody that said that they didn't pick up, hey Leah, what you doing Sunday? What y'all doing? What you say, Leah? Where we gonna be at?
We gonna be at the All Queens Diva pop-up shop, and we gonna be live, reporting live. We gonna be putting everybody on, on blast. We wanna showcase every single woman that's in the building, every single business, every single brand, and I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna be talking to them, interviewing them, asking them how they got how they started and what, just everything. Like, we want everybody out there, especially our young girls, to know that, like, you can do anything you put your mind to. Like, you don't. Yes, it's your education first and foremost is the most important thing, but you got to have that hustle hand. Like I said yesterday, you got to have a hustle hand. So this is what this is all about, and we got to showcase that. We got to show our young girls that they're queens, and you can do anything.
Said, our youngest vendor is 7.
Okay.
Now that's where I was going.
Excuse me.
What was the age range?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like Dre, I need this.
I know a young lady who again has her thing.
7 years old with her own lip gloss.
Okay, and I know another one. Oh my goodness, Prissy Tomboy. That's what she called her. Because little girl, she plays basketball. One of my players. She used to be one of my players. So when I saw this, she just got
her information for the next.
I make sure that happened because her mom, I'm sure she'd appreciate that. She might even be watching this. You know what I mean? But so I saw that, so I'm inspired by that, and she will be. And so that's a beautiful thing that's happening, and you encouraging these young ladies again to own their situation.
It's from 7. We got some teenage girls all the way up to I think the older one is like 50 something.
It's no age limit.
It's no age limit.
So wait.
It's all females.
And Dre, that's great. And so y'all doing the pop-up. Is this inside or outside?
It's inside.
So what's some of the safety measures that y'all are doing to make it safe for people to attend?
Right.
In the COVID, during the posting? So because we saw on the national scene that they didn't do that. So
don't give them a reason to complain. It was a nice event, but they didn't.
So what's up?
We got people at the door to check temps.
We have masks.
We have masks for sale.
I love
it. If you don't have a mask, the mask is required.
Yes.
The girls' tables are 6 feet apart from each other. It's social distancing.
Who marked it off? How y'all know it's 6 feet? Who marked off the tables? You just scooted over a little bit. Man, they don't count. They don't know how to count.
We are going to make sure that everyone is
safe. We don't want
and have fun. The first thing, like you said, is safety.
Yes, absolutely.
And then fun.
And we also have hand sanitizer. We got wipes. We got people who got food. We got vendors with food. So, of course, we want it to be sanitary and safe.
And so we know it's going to be, this is one of the first big events in the black community at the Jesus Center. But I'm looking at some of these participants. Y'all got Cassidy, Cassidy Love. Who's some of the other ones y'all have coming?
We got Cassidy Love. We got
y'all got a lot of.
We got a lot of them. We got
Tasha, Superior Resorts by Tasha. We have
Woozy Cupcakes.
Yeah.
PLC Treats.
And even though I have a cleaning service, we have RA's Magical Cleaning Service. She's going to be there giving some of her.
Look, giving love to another clean. See? They say you're not supposed to do that. Now look at that.
Everybody can
Respect
eat.
that.
Everybody can eat.
That's why I said that boutique.
Wow. Food on the table
for everyone. We also have a vendor that's coming from Cleveland, my spiritual sister, Kendria. She's a pastor. She's coming in with her publishing company. She published books.
I love it.
So she's
with the journalist.
Also, she's selling her books and she's selling healing oils and anointing oils.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, and she's coming here all the way from Cleveland.
So, I have a question, ladies. Now, because of the young girl element, as well as the mature ladies, and all this energy is happening, right? Now, I don't know if this is in the plan, and if it was, like I said, pardon me, but I see that there's an opportunity to really have a mentor spirit, though, with these young babies here amongst you ladies, because you ladies have been through some things, and you can, there's another angle to talk to them from beside. Yes, we're here, we're selling our goods. Yes, we're encouraging that, and we're entrepreneurial, but at the same time, these are our babies. We're still their mothers, their aunties, their cousins, their sisters. So how much energy is going to be placed into some of that just throughout the day? Not even nothing formal, but you're passing each other, this and that, and speaking.
Well, my daughter is 16, and she wants to be a business owner too. So I think, we can kind of pull them to the side as we're there.
Absolutely.
And take them to they can go to each venue themselves to kind of talk to the ladies.
Right.
Or I know a lot of the young girls are going to be assisting. No matter if it's like helping with bags or helping, this product is this, and this. I mean, we want them to come out and, do what they can. And if this leads to us going into some more mentorships and things like that, I'm sure we would be very open to, doing that.
Yeah, that's
and
beautiful.
so just to piggyback.
Daughters also, and my daughters are my vice president.
I love that.
My daughters,
that's what's up.
My sister, my granddaughters are my vice presidents. So my company is built just from family. It's built on us. So mentoring in the beginning before we start. We're gonna start in prayer. And then everyone, for me, this is my like 6th pop-up that I done did. All of us go to each vendor to support each other.
Right.
We all buy something from each other just to support each other.
Now see, can you hear that? That's real simple. Everybody see that? Go buy somebody else's goods. Please. that's how you keep that going.
Right.
Spend the money with each other. Spend the money. There's nothing wrong with that.
Reach out to me and say, can you? They didn't inbox me and say, I hope it don't come off wrong, but can you show me the steps of how to start an app? Sure. Let me show you what to do.
Google it.
I owe you. You don't owe me nothing. I'm going to pass it on to you.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's the problem, that it's not enough people doing that. Everybody want to sit back and be,
or they want to charge you.
Yeah, and it's like,
We all can eat.
And so just to piggyback off of what you were saying, Dre, I've talked about this over several years and still haven't put it into action. But now that I'm sitting down here with you two ladies and just the way you've put together this pop-up shop, I have this idea of this vision for young girls and women's empowerment movement, like a event that I want to start doing annually. And I think that, us three can somehow come together and put our heads together and figure this out and make this happen.
Ooh, when Black Girl Magic hit, this thing sprinkling in the room. And Markia here, our intern over here, is looking at this because she going to tell some of her teammates because she's a Bulldog. Once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog, Sky Bulldog. So they going to be here and it's sprinkling. And right now, I know the social media is jumping right now. I see a lot of the love.
Shout out to all our social media love, man. Y'all, they hold us down.
And they send in love.
Sending crazy love.
And so what also that the vendors and the participants will know that there's complimentary gifts off the chain that they'll be getting. They will be broadcasted live. Their business will be on the #1 urban radio podcast in the world. So y'all giving them something that ain't nobody giving it. And it's going to be an experience because y'all going to be rocking with Leah Renee.
Hey.
DJ Trav. Big shout out to Trav. He going to be DJing. And I wonder who going to be holding down the mic. I wonder who going to keep the energy in the room.
Miss Jasmine Pope taking pictures.
Shout out to Jasmine Pope and her mental health and social services. And she has a book. Queens.
In the Middle by Jasmine Lynn. Yes.
I love it.
She also have inspirational t-shirts too.
Yeah, she does.
Make sure she got a 3X because everybody be trying to, you see I'm here with this little shirt on because y'all be forgetting y'all just go to 2X and not 3. This ain't, so help me out. So Dre, what's interesting and again, that's what we talking about, and you have been such a icon of spreading it. And then we talked the other day when you hear our sisters talk about giving opportunities and coaching others. We talked about that. What's the paddle that you hit the ball in the air and you let it come back? What's that little paddle that we used to have? Don't none of y'all know? Don't none of y'all know what that is? We know the interns don't know.
No, what is that?
Look, don't none of y'all know no more. The interns, Jesse, do you know what that paddle ball is that we used to have?
Paddle ball, it is. It's paddle ball. I don't know. What is it?
The paddle ball. When you smack it and
everybody know it though. Everybody know that boy.
And we all in wood. We all in
plywood, yeah.
And so when you see that, Dre, and you see what they're talking about and giving opportunity on a bigger stage in Toledo for Queens, because where we struggle with is you always hear, and I share this a lot. You always hear women say, and this ain't that show, but you always hear, I don't hang with I don't get along with a lot of women. I don't hang with no women. Women is messy. And y'all about to bring just the same one that they say, Leah, y'all can't do it. Right. Women can't work together. So no matter what the differences is, y'all complete the goal. Yes. And y'all about to do it together. Yes. And that is huge, especially for influential eyes that's working. Because they saying it at home. I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have a lot of women. They messy. So what put it in y'all mindset to say, we gonna still go get what they say we can't do? And I know it was a lot of attitudes and
not with us.
Well, no, not y'all, but I'm saying, Leah, you know when somebody who didn't make the list on this one and they have to be excused and maybe get the next one. See, here we go. There we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody, look, she didn't grab it. She about to sing. Yeah. She about to sing.
So,
for those that didn't make it.
So about 2 weeks ago, Unique had sent me a message that someone sent to her. A young lady who did not make the pop-up, who said that she didn't know about it, actually is doing her own thing on the same day on the same street, and she's calling it a pop-up garage sale. So
okay, I'm sorry. Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Listen, sorry, Letitia. Come on, Queen. Let me get no.
Let me
No.
see yourself.
Go to the dream. Mirror, mirror on the wall. You are the kind that causes a fall.
Oh,
that's you. Whoever you are, like that's not a good look.
But no, let me tell you.
wait, because it might be something in
There's
there.
got to be a twist. Let me wait. Yeah, please. I'm praying that it ain't what I think it is.
I reached out to the young lady because she used our flyer to say that we will be down the street and that blah blah blah. So I reached out to her, very lady.
You did, Tish? And I know
you went classy. You said I'm gonna come civil and classy. Okay,
you let the money, the bag talk to her then.
I said.
And not the braid, because she used to have a braid.
Yeah. So what I said was, if she could remove our, still do what you gonna do, but remove our flyer from that, because it's not a good look. It kind of looks like competition, and the way that her words were used in the post, it sounded like it was competition. So she basically said she was, she was salty that she didn't make
you could have just organized.
But what I told her is she could have reached out to one of us. We could have
and we gonna plug you in.
But my sister did a pop-up shop last Sunday. So I said, you know what? My sister's doing a pop-up shop next Sunday. Why don't you be in that pop-up shop? And I sent her the information. It was I looked
and we changed it up.
But people was calling me. They were texting me like, man, they was coming.
But you rose, with your vision, you was able to rise.
The bag
above
showed
that.
up and not the braid.
And that was thank you for that, Queen, because we can't. If we gonna bless that, Queen, let me pull that back too.
Yes.
But we love you too.
Yes.
We just don't want you. Let's not roll that way. We're not saying you ain't nothing wrong with you. We see you competitive, so keep that fire and let's carry that to the all. Let's pull that with everybody. Don't stand on your own on an island when everybody is over here magnifying.
We can stand together and be a
And you know what? And I'm going to go across the street to her garage sale, and I'm going to purchase something
and bless it.
Yeah, man. And that's why we talking about. So, because man, the show is this is what we talking about, and I definitely want, because it's gonna be live, and y'all gonna have a follow up, because this ain't just that you have an interview and you don't come back. We gonna have a conversation. So, Tish, how can they reach out to you just to be a part of the next one and get on the mailing list and some of the things? And then Unique, you share that, because this has just been
still come out and support these sisters though, please. You know what I'm saying?
In order to be at our next pop-up shop, you can go to email us, allqueenspopup at Gmail to get our things. Well, to get doughchaser.com and some of the things that I have. We have t-shirts. We have planners for financial. Anybody want to talk about financial improvement, hit me up. Or you can hit me up at my personal email, which is Letitia@witnessriches.com.
And you can reach me through Little Divas Boutique. Our email address is littledivasboutiqueco@yahoo.com. It's all one word.
Are y'all on all social media platforms?
Yes, everything. We're on all social media platforms. And also, if you want, you can, I answer back to my Facebook page.
Awesome.
And another thing is, we do have another one coming. It's will be for our kings and our queens coming Black Friday.
I love it.
I couldn't give
November 27th, Sip and Shop.
Oh man,
I love that. Yeah.
And I want to say thank y'all for taking your time, because I know it was at the spur of the moment. Is there any other final words? And even to those that will be attending, do y'all want? Because this is about love. This ain't about just come. No, what kind of just show love to get there?
Just come out. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be DJ Travis rocking, of course, Big Mouth on the mic. We're over here.
And I apologize. I'm gonna apply for my excuse right now, because I was flying out to Atlanta tomorrow. I can't help it. I gotta be there. Yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll be with us in spirit.
Absolutely, I am. I'm checking in on it anyway, because I know I'm gonna see it. Because I know JC gonna have it. We bring it live.
Go to our website and purchase something.
Out there, boom. I do that. That's how I speak.
And he has
I speak like that. That's what.
And while we speaking about queens, I gotta shout out my girl, Sade Robinson, and Keep It Queen Boutique, because that's my girl, and she sponsored an outfit and some shoes for us today for this evening for me and my girl Lexi to step out to this event tonight at the Agenda. She hooked up my girl Lexi, so shout out to her. She's holding it down. She started with I remember I that's my girl, so I've been rocking with her from the very beginning. She had a one clothes rack in her house, and now she has 3 locations. So shout out to my girl. You doing it, BIG.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And she's doing some beautiful things. So shout out to that queen too.
So that's what it's all about. Thank y'all for rocking with. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Stay tuned.
This is the all new Rise and Grind Morning Show.
What's going on, everybody? This is Lance Self is who I am.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And we are the Selfs, and here to present our show called Self-Explanatory.
Yes, it's our podcast
That name-
presented by 419 Grind.
That name just has a ring to it. Self-Explanatory. I feel like we're about to be explaining a bunch of shit. This is true. I feel that's what it's about to be.
Well, I think we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about marriage, of course.
Okay.
We've been married, 2 years now, right?
2 years, we've been together for 8.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, my goodness. It's a long time.
Y'all gonna ask what took so long?
What did take? You know what? We'll get there.
Self-explanatory.
We're going to talk about blended families.
Yeah.
Praying for your spouse. Gender roles. Living with family members. Cheating. Raising kids. Family upbringing. Being there for your spouse. Finances. Being a wife and a husband. Trying to be together and be individuals at the same time, which is one of the things
It took a while.
it's taken a while, but
it has
it's the
taken
fun
a while.
part. We're
Yep.
learning that.
That's what marriage is.
It's a process.
It's a life journey.
I like
It's not
that.
an overnight thing. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of days where I'm trying to be individual. I get on your nerves because of my individual ways. I can tell you one thing for damn sure though. Definitely get on my nerves. It'd be a lot. She definitely gets on my nerves, but I love her.
I get on your nerves?
Yes, it's possible. You do a lot. What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong? Hey. I am Lance Self.
And I am Arlinda Self.
And this is the Self-Explanatory Podcast.
More notes. I saw your notes yesterday, Trey. I need you to get this, because I need you to give this, because you can help us be better. Welcome back to the all new, the #1 urban radio podcast in the country, the 419 Grind Podcast. I told y'all can expect the unexpected. Y'all don't think that Toledo can't do it, because Toledo will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we done got in the car, we done flew across the country, we done went down the way, and we done went in, man, we in the bubble. But guess what? Don't tell me Toledo can't make it. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 419 Studio Podcast, broadcasting live, can we make some noise for Toledo Zone? Jimmy Jackson! What up, JJ? You already know. Hear me.
What's up, brother? How are you, man?
Man, we know they didn't stop the excitement, so we had to bring it. It's your boy, man. Expect the unexpected, JJ. What's up, Jay?
Hey, man, just bubble life. That's all. Just bubble life. And actually, it's not too bad, for me, because we're segregated from where the players are at, so it's a little bit different. Not as strict as what the players, their protocols are, but it's part of history, though, bro. It's part of history. Who would have thought that we would have a bubble in the first place? after the season, was cut short, and then the historic events that took place Wednesday and Thursday. And not only that, it kind of boiled over to WNBA, baseball, and other sports. So, part of history, man.
I'm glad you picked it up right there, history. JJ, Andre Savage here. But listen, brother, I'm glad we can go right to that. And you talk about the historical context of all this. I want to know, first and foremost, do you think the players have missed an opportunity to again sort of submit a significant statement made for history, obviously ignited by the Bucks, followed up throughout sports, but then we back and you guys will still stay in the bubble because you obviously now have more work to do as we hear because games will go on?
I don't think they missed an opportunity because the plan has to be put in place, which they do, and it takes time for that plan to work. You can't expect to – I know everybody wants immediate change and wants something to happen right away when you have a boycott or you have something, but that's unrealistic in this regard, is that they have a certain amount of demands that they want from their individual ownership groups to adhere to. And it takes time to put that process in place. Okay, now keep in mind, you got to back up a little bit because really this protest was really mainly put together by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Right.
Okay, to kind of bring more awareness to the shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Right. They were going to do it independently. They were willing to. They were willing to come out and take a L or take a forfeit for that game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Against the Orlando Magic, okay? But it snowballed into the rest of, Orlando jumping on board, and then later that night,
OKC and the Rockets, right on.
That's right. And then the following day, the other team. So it wasn't meant so much to say, hey guys, we're all going to get together and do this. They were doing it because it was right in their backyard in Wisconsin, but it grew to something else. The players have a plan in place.
Right.
But it's not totally up to the players. Yes, they may have a plan, but what is America going to do? What else are people in a lot of these communities, our senators, our governors, our elected officials, our influencers, what are they going to do as well to kind of bring this kind of social change that we're all asking about?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Jesse. Have you talked to any players? Like, what's the mood in the bubble right now? What's the mood of the players and the staff?
Well, we're removed from it, bro. Wow. It's a lot of reporters you see on the ground, like Chris Haynes, Taylor Rooks, and some of the sideline reporters, that Mark Spears, that are actually on the same side in the same areas with the players.
Okay.
Where we're the ESPN crew, the Turner crew, some NBA officials. We're on a different side, so you have different zones in which you're regulated to stay in. So we're not anywhere near where the players are at. Unfortunately, I wish we were.
Right.
So we can have those type of conversations or contact, but it's from a safety perspective.
Right.
Hi, Mr. Jackson. This is Leah Renee.
Call me Jimmy. I'm old.
Or JJ.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Good morning, Jimmy. It's Leah Renee here. How are you?
I'm good.
First of all, thank you for taking your time out to, talk to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. I'm honored. That's why I got a little tongue-tied there.
That's all right.
Yesterday, I don't know if you caught our show or not, but yesterday we were talking about, everything that's going on with the social injustice and all the athletes that are taking a stand. And there was some heated discussion about LeBron James and, why he hasn't kind of, as being kind of like the voice of, the voice or face of the NBA right now or whatever, him not really too much taking a stand. What are your thoughts on that? Or do you feel like he should be taking more of a stand, or do you feel like that's not his, do you feel like too much pressure is being placed on him, or do you feel like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, let me before I answer, let me answer this question. So the argument is that he's not taking too much of a stand because of this boycott, or
no? Well, this is what it was. This is what it was, JJ. It was more of a thing like because LeBron has sort of elected in his past narrative and sort of his train of career, been willing. Where, say, Michael Jordan was not, where Mike said, okay, I just want to hoop. And LeBron is saying, no, I want to be something more. I don't mind putting myself in the line of this fire sometimes. So when people are looking for his response, we were wondering, should he be more assertive in that regard? And as Leah was saying, does he receive maybe too much pressure in that role or for that expectation for those who do have it?
Okay, let me address that. You mean as his role as it relates to the boycott?
Yeah, and just
because he's been vocal,
right? Exactly.
In the bubble, again in the boycott, that wasn't his idea. He wasn't a part of that. He got kind of pulled. The rest of the players got pulled into this from the Milwaukee Bucks. And to me, it's like this. It's a catch-22. If you say something, you're too out front. Be quiet. We know we get. If you don't say something, why do you say anything?
Right.
LeBron is in a no-win situation.
Right. Yeah. You
he
are
can
right.
never satisfy everything because a lot of times you don't always have to say something. It's depending on what you do behind the scenes to get action done.
That's right.
Is LeBron speaking with individual players or collectively as a group to put a plan in place so that they can move forward and show that the boycott, the cancellation of games really meant something. They got something positive out of it. If it's that we're going to approach our ownership groups and say, listen, you need to have more accountability in the cities that you're in on social justice reform or education reform or criminal justice reform, we want you to be more involved in this. See, all these things work in the background. Until you have a plan, you can't really put it out there.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is my thing about a guy like LeBron. I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna say this. History teaches us that a lot. Muhammad Ali is probably the most beloved sports figure ever. Okay?
Absolutely.
But during his time when he was taking a stance, when he changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali,
Here you
when
go.
when
Get
he
in there,
joined
Jay.
the Nation of Islam.
Go get a bucket, Jay. Go get a bucket,
I'm
JJ.
gonna get a bucket. And also when he decided to not go to war, the Vietnam War, and then give up his heavyweight title and go to jail, or forced to go to jail or forced to lose money. He wasn't popular at the time, even in the black community, because a lot of black people thought that he was hurting the civil rights cause more than helping. But history teaches us that during those turbulent times, that voice was so strong that later on, now we see Muhammad Ali in a different light. So you're not always going to be liked. You're not always, even the black community is not always going to be on the side of,
That's right.
of what you're trying to teach at that particular time because of the thought process. So that's what I'm saying is that with LeBron, whatever he does, he's under scrutiny.
Right.
He gets criticized.
That's right.
But yet and still, he's done so much more than a lot of people that are doing the criticizing.
That's
I
very
tell
true.
people
That's
all the
very
time,
true. Facts.
I'm a victim of that. Okay,
Man.
well, I don't do enough. I'm like, okay, if I don't do enough, what are you doing?
Go ahead. So hold on, you going off now? Go ahead.
Okay, so Jimmy, Trees, to that point, because you know that's where we went. So I'm gonna give you where we at right now, because I want you to take Toledo, Jimmy, from you being on the streets. I want to bring it back, because you said there's a lot of tension and there's a lot of about society, but I want you to take Toledo in the bubble. So we sitting in the studios right now. We got MJ up. We got Jimmy in here on the phone with us. We got Kobe. And we talking to you who played with all of them from Toledo. And we got young interns in here out of high school, Jimmy. Take us to that in Orlando, Florida. Give us that. Jimmy, what was that like in trying to figure all that other stuff out as well?
As far as what? Like just
what's the experience? Take a Toledo kid that's listening right now, and now you in the bubble because you was getting prepared. What did you have to do to get there? Does Disney World still look like Disney World right now?
Oh yeah. No. You know what? First of all, it's a blessing, bro. Because
thank you.
I'll be 50 this year, and to experience what I've been able to experience since I've been 15 years old, has been life-changing, life-shattering, not only for me, but for my family and close people around me. Because I've been able to open up some doors for them as well. But from a young kid coming from Toledo, you don't know what to expect, man. I mean, because you don't have people in situations that can give you the foresight, the information.
But they got Jimmy. We got Jimmy.
But they have an experience to give to me. going through the phases of my college NBA career, then post my NBA career. So a lot of stuff I learned on the fly, a lot of stuff I learned because I have mentors in the league. But if I reflect back to where I'm at, it was challenges along the way. Getting to the NBA, going through my injury, then reinventing myself, trying to figure out a role, with different teams, dealing with the mental mindset of being one type of player at one point in your career compared to being another type. So all of these things, go on, but in life, you got to figure out how to navigate it, because I don't care what profession you're in, it's never going to be perfect. Right. Everybody wants this scripted life that says this is going to happen. You're going to be successful. Life don't work like that. So if you don't figure out, the sooner you figure out how to navigate through the negativity, through ups and downs, through turmoil, through disappointments, the better off you be, because it's all in your mind. It's how you view things. If you view it as being real messed up, then that's how it's going to be. Okay. So as we bring it full circle to where I'm at now, I've worked a long time to get to be able to be on Turner and TNT. It just didn't happen last year. This was in process 5-6 years ago when I kept pounding the door about, okay, one day I want to do and call NBA game. It just didn't pop out of nowhere. But at the same time, I had to be ready. So when they said, yes, we want you to be a part of our broadcasting team, my game had to be tight. I had to be at a point that I could do my job the best of my ability, and they would feel comfortable putting me on the air. Hence is how I got here. Who would have thought? Now, I'm a part
what you
of
talking about?
Yeah,
Jay, exactly. You carrying us with you. You carrying the city, and you in the bubble in Orlando, Florida. And you know how Jesse is. He's real calm and collective right now.
I got a question.
Yeah, I know he do. We excited, Jay. It's that in the room.
Hey, Jimmy. I know you went from the Big Ten Network, and then you went to Fox Sports 1 with the Big Three, and now with Turner and the NBA. Now, what was the process from going from Big Ten to Fox Sports 1 to where you are now?
Great question. Well, it's funny because when I retired, I didn't think about broadcasting, but a broadcasting coach, a broadcasting agent approached my basketball agent probably before I retired and asked him, would I want to be in the broadcasting? He said, we'll broach that subject when the time comes. So I retired, spoke to this agent. Big Ten Network just began in 2007. He said it'd be right in your backyard. I'm like, man, I don't know. I've been away from college for a long time. I don't know the guy. He said, just go do an interview. You went to Ohio State. You're a Big Ten legend. You just go. So I went, took the interview, and I said, okay, this could be cool. Hired a broadcasting coach, and I started. But keep in mind, Fox owns 51% of the Big Ten Network, and I'm going to see how that works together. So for 7-8 years, I was able to hone my craft with the Big Ten Network. I mean, driving across the country, getting rental cars, going to games, flying on small planes. I mean, whatever it took, because I wanted to be the best at what I do. The grind. So it wasn't it just happened. So those 8 years, I was able to really craft out who I was going to be as a broadcaster, be able to be in pole position at the Big Ten as the lead broadcaster for most of the bigger games that we've had. Okay. So then I started doing some radio stuff, but the Fox opportunity came along in 2013 when Fox started a TV show called Fox Sports 1.
Yep.
Okay, that kind of competed a little bit against ESPN, ESPN2. And I told my agent, I said, listen, I'm watching the show. I got a break in December. Get me on the show. Call over there and get me on me on the show.
Wow.
So I was able to get there. I did, America's pregame at the time, hosted by Mike Hill. I did Fox Sports 1 at night. I said, just give me the opportunity to be on TV and show what I could do on a bigger stage. I got it. They kept inviting me back. Eventually, Fox got the Big East contract on TV, kind of like the Big Ten.
Right.
So I started doing, this is ironic, the first national Fox game I did.
Wow.
It was Ohio State at Marquette. And it wasn't because I was from Ohio State. It was because Bill Raftery who was our lead broadcaster, couldn't do the game.
Whoa.
So that's how things kind of fall in place. So I'm doing Fox Sports 1 now. I'm doing Big East. I'm doing Big Ten. I do Westwood 1 for the tournament. Now, this is how the TNT ties in CBS.
And that's
At
radio.
the tournament every year, I would see everybody from TNT, Charles, T-Webb, Grant Hill, but I would see the executives who are head of talent at Turner.
Tom
and
Heights.
I know them.
Tom Heights.
Yeah. Well, Tom was there, but my girl, Tara August.
Oh, she's still there.
Yeah, so I would always talk to Tara about if there's ever an opportunity for me to be able to work with Turner, I would love to do it. But keep in mind that when I talk about inventory of games, it's not a lot. That means that Turner, Thursday and Saturday. That's only 4 games, a week. And you only have 2 crews that do those games. Your East Coast crew and West Coast crew, A team, B team. Same thing with ESPN, Wednesday, Friday. So you don't have a lot of inventory of games where you can have a lot of crews to call these games outside of doing the playoffs. So it wasn't really a slot for me, other than maybe doing some commentating on NBA TV. Long story short, a couple of years ago, they came out with players only.
Right.
Okay. And that was on a Tuesday. So that opened up a 10, 11 game window for another crew to do those games. And that's how I finally got in. So and again, I started this in 07.
Right.
This is 2020.
I love
13
it.
years.
That's 13 years later.
Yeah. That's what's called the grind. And I love that you talk about that, Jimmy. This is Leah Renee again, because we all know, and especially I went to school for broadcast journalism, and so I know the grind myself. I've been grinding ever since my baby was born, and that was 14 years ago. So it's been, and now we're, I see it growing and growing and growing now. So it's definitely about the grind. So I'm going to say to you what you said to that other person, just get me on the show, Jimmy. Give me a cameo. Just get me on the show, Jimmy. I could come in and
put me in the game.
put me in the game. Coach Miss Leah Renee can come co-host, and 419 Grind Productions can, handle that whole production side of it. And just for one episode, just put us in the game, Coach.
I got your luggage, big dog. Trice got your bag.
But also, you're a Libra, Jimmy. Your birthday's coming up October 14th. You're gonna be 50. Right? Hey, and you look like you're 21. So what you gonna be doing for your 50th birthday? How you celebrating your birthday?
I'm gonna have a cigar in my mouth with some rum, a vodka, a scotch, or something. I could tell. It's funny because I'm not a big. I've had birthday parties before, but that really ain't my thing. I just like to chill.
Right.
Like last year, I just happened to be in New York, and it was a Big East Media Day, and I said, "Bug it, I'm going to Rome." I just went to Rome by myself and just chilled.
Yeah, I saw those pictures. Amazing pictures that you posted too.
Yeah, because I love history. So, but this year is a little different because of COVID, because the travel restrictions and travel bans. You can't go to Europe. So I don't know. I may take a trip down to Mexico because it's open.
Right.
Or I might just chill and enjoy it. I don't know. I kind of go by the moment. I'm not a planner like that for my birthday.
Yeah.
I just like peace of mind.
Yes.
And if I can find that, that's where I'll be.
I can dig that. Well, happy birthday to you from us over here at the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
And Jay, it's right, man. The social media, you'll be able to see this. And Jesse, and because you know him, man, he didn't did this thing up. So what we would ask, just as you talk about putting us in the game, once you look back at it, man, share it on your platforms that we got a chance to be in the bubble with you. And as Leah would say, man, you about to be 50. You got Dre Sav, and y'all know some of the same flow. Jesse know you, the listeners that's listening. And I know, and I had a chance to speak with you a few weeks ago. So with that being said, what did you want to say about that, Jimmy, as far as what's up, everybody that's listening? Give them that, Jay. Give them that what's up. Because like you said, I'm 50. So it's a different kind of hello. You know what I'm saying? And they listening and they viewing this live, man. No other place in the country. You got Jesse in Toledo created the #1 urban radio podcast in the country, man.
Yeah, well, that just shows, too, that, and congrats on that it can be done, and that it has purpose. See, my whole thing is, you do things in life to have purpose, to affect other people.
Right. Sav always
directly or indirectly. And a lot of times you do it, and you do it without wanting to be praised for it.
Exactly.
Now, a lot of people do things to say, look, this is what I've done. I've done this. I need a pat on the back. Where the real people that move in silence do it behind the scenes, and they affect people, and they allow those people that have been affected to talk about the benefits of being associated with a particular individual.
Yes.
And that's how I've always operated. I would say this, that activism in today's world, understanding social reform, to me what's really big is educational reform, because going to Nathan Hale, going to DeVoe, then going to Macomber, it's a lot of stuff that was left on the table as far as historical contents and contextual contents on African American history, on what is really being taught, what's the truth. Right. So we got American history that only teaches us so many things.
Right.
I learned a lot of my education, and secondarily by reading other books.
Right.
And the issue is that when you grow up as a young child, a minority child, you're being taught a history that's skewed towards white America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
So what develops is an inferiority complex.
Yes.
Because you're viewed as less than, because in history we only get taught certain things that African Americans did accomplish when it's so much more. Whereas with white Americans, everything there is basically built around the premise that white America is a superior class. It may not say it so far, but the way history dictates it, it shows it. And that's an effect on how kids grow up, either i.e. white kids maybe feel that they're more powerful, more secure, more intelligent.
Absolutely.
And while minority children are now feeling that they're not as intelligent.
Right.
Their worth is not as much. So then that's where you get into the race of, or the race relations or lack thereof of those kind of relationships. That's why kids, when they're younger, are influenced more than anything to say, hey, I don't like you because you did something to me, not because you're black or white or brown or whatever it is. You have to be taught racism. And that happens a lot, not only in the household, but also in education.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my thing is educate yourself, learn, because if you want to be active in the community, if you want to give back, there's a lot of ways to give back, but you give back in between the ears to these young, to the next generation, that will prepare them to do something special. It's not always I'm giving money, but what kind of time and education are you giving them to be able to grow their minds and do something really productive once they get older.
And that's what we're talking about, and that's why just sitting in the room, we thank you.
Yes, thank you so much
for giving us your time, Jay.
Yeah.
I mean, because like you said, you see the grind, and that's why it's the 419 grind. You respect it. You doing it. Man, you staying well. You staying healthy. And that's what it's all about. And those that's listening in, we thank you for listening in to we in the bubble with Jay.
Yes. It's an honor.
Man, and they about to start back up, so we know you will get back at it and don't want to take too much of your time.
Go Celtics.
Hey, honestly though, I love the Celtics. I don't know if this is the year yet for the Celtics.
He done set up now, JJ. You done got Jesse up now. You know it.
I know.
He's sitting up.
It seems like they're missing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's interior presence, and I like, Cantor sometimes when he comes in, or.
You know what it is, Jimmy? They need a true big.
Well, but here's the thing. Big in today's game is different.
Because
the center position is not really. So Rudy Gobert found the spot because of how Donovan Mitchell played. They play the pick and roll. It works because he's a shot blocker. Daniel Theis he's good, and I love what he does because he picks and pops. But I still think they're about a year away from really. Because Toronto is really good, bro.
Yeah,
what they've been able to do this year without Kawhi, Danny,
man, they work,
guys. But they you talking about the grind? They remind me a lot of the 2010 Detroit Pistons.
Absolutely,
yeah. Where it was just no thrills. They beat you up on defense. They could score. They had a really high quality bench, and they had great coaching. And everybody knew their role. That's why they're going to be so tough for Milwaukee now. I tell you what, this Toronto-Miami series.
Okay. Because they shooters. They got shooters.
So give me that, Jay. So it's sad, man. So look, with all that said, then who doesn't have anything missing? I mean, everybody's got they have a need, but in your mind, who is the front runner then? Because I suspect it may not be the Lakers, because I don't think this is a situation where you're going to see what people expect to see because of the nature of how the competition is going off. There are peripheral elements that aren't there, obviously, and so this is all about basketball at this point and skill set and mindset, probably more than anything. So with that, who's the favorite in Jim Jackson's mind?
The favorite to me is LeBron, is the Lakers from this perspective.
Wait a minute, you about to do that, Jay?
No. And the reason why is not a talent thing.
Okay.
Because the Clippers have more talent.
Right.
Collectively, if they come together, I think the Clippers are the most talented team. But to me, the team that wins this one has to avoid a major injury to one of their players.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Great point.
Second, this is about the mental grind.
Thank you.
Because if you win this title,
right,
you're going to be here until early October, mid-October. That's mental. See, when it starts to get monotonous, when it starts to get old, you start to get tired about being in the bubble, you start to complain about it. Do you have leadership within that locker room that keeps you focused on the goal at hand? And there's no better leader in the game than LeBron James. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it may not be the most talented team that wins it. It may be the team with the most mental fortitude to stay connected and focused to go through the grind to win it. That's why I say LeBron James. Talent-wise, no doubt it's the Clippers. No doubt it's the Clippers, because when they're on, they're on. But you're going to need a leader that's going to be able to navigate the challenges when guys want to check out mentally. And there's one person that does that better than anybody. And that's the kid from Akron, Ohio.
True indeed. And with that, Jim, so with that said, because this is another thing I've heard, I felt it. And thank you for confirming that, too, because I got some family members that keep arguing me with about that very point and why it is what it is, right? So with that said, should this, and it can't, I mean, this is a hypothetical, but should this actually count more in the psyche and the respect that say the Lakers win this man wins this under these conditions? I almost want to count it. I used to say it counts as 2 championships in a way, and that respect that he doesn't get in terms of what he's done, this, that, 3 titles, 4 titles, 6 titles, all that. You win this, more respect in your mind.
Well, no, it's a different viewpoint, and I like it, because we've always said, look, whoever wins this title, it's totally different. You don't have home court advantage, but at the same time, you're not traveling either.
Right.
Okay, so the grind is not there in regards to getting on the plane, even though, come on, let's be honest, teams got private planes, bro.
Right.
It ain't all that bad, okay?
but going up in the air and traveling, it taxes you. It's still a tax on your body.
It does tax you, but listen, when I first got in the league, man, we flew commercial. So
okay.
About the travel. We just had to get up on the first flight the next morning if it was a back-to-back and fly. So I ain't hear that part.
For sure.
It must be nice.
But no, it is nice. I wouldn't change it for the world. But LeBron. I mean, listen, man. It's so much more that goes into winning basketball at this level. And at this level, being in the bubble, not having your home environment. Again, is it different? Yeah, but the world is different right now. It's not like sports is the only thing that changed and got affected by Corona. Everything we do is different.
Yes.
Okay. So everybody had to make the adjustment. Do I get an asterisk on my life now because Corona took me out of being in the studio? I can't do this. No. That's part of life.
Right.
That's what happens when you live
grind.
long enough. You go encounter something. So I don't look at it. I look at it even more so as a, kind of a mark, a star. Whatever you want to pin up to it.
Right.
Because this is a different mental challenge than you ever seen before. So you can't take anything away from the team that ultimately walks away with the championship.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what I was saying. Exactly, so they count for more. You know what I'm saying? It should count for more because of these
I don't know if it count. I don't know if it counts for more, but it damn sure don't count for less.
Right, exactly. There you go. There we're on the same page. We're on the same page, King.
So Jimmy, when the Celtics win the championship, wait a minute. When the Celtics win and they beat the Lakers in the finals, I don't want to hear anybody say anything about asterisk.
See what you walking into, Jay?
Wait a minute.
Right.
I don't want to hear anything. No complaints because the Celtics is a true team. They have team basketball like nobody else is playing right now. So when they win the championship,
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Who is their leader?
No, that's the thing. You remember the 2004 Detroit Pistons? Who was their leader?
I mean 2004.
I know what you meant.
He got your back.
Yeah,
he caught the assist when you said 10.
Way to get me. I threw it at your feet, bro.
Right.
My bad. Chauncey was.
Was Chauncey really the leader?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Big shot. Man, period.
On the court, yeah, right?
So that's where else you want him to be?
I'm just saying. Okay, we got.
But he wasn't that outspoken vocal leader.
Right.
He was leader.
Right. Okay.
And so I would say Kimba may be that person in the locker room on the court. Okay. You know that, but in this situation here, you still have young guys on the wing, still trying to figure. Now, I love Marcus Smart is kind of the guy.
That's why
he's the vocal leader.
But he leads more by example.
Go get it. He get in that grind.
His grind. Yeah.
I love to have
that's my guy.
Marcus Smart on my team.
Absolutely.
You know, because he goes and gets it every night.
I like what you said,
you know
Jimmy.
What I mean?
I like what you said. I like the Toronto and Miami because Miami. I don't have a dog in the fight, but to Jimmy's point, Miami got straight 3-point, man. They coming off the pick strapped.
You gotta play defense.
Yeah, but see, they play defense, but they're still young.
Yeah.
In the mentality of how to win. See, it's a difference between winning in the regular season and winning a 7-game series
against the former world and the last year's champion too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why you see a lot of young teams struggle at the beginning of the cycle of their growth because they don't know how to win that yet. Okay, especially if you haven't won before. I covered Duncan Robinson when he came to Michigan and played. I covered Kendrick Perkins when he was at Illinois before he went to Oakland. Myers Leonard when he was at Illinois. So I know a lot of these players. Yeah. Okay, so Jimmy Butler's leader. You have Udonis Haslam, who's the ultimate leader.
Yes, sir.
But their core is still young in some aspect. Bam Adebayo is young. So knowing, yes, everybody wants to win, but knowing how to win separates a championship team from a team that's just trying to compete. That's the difference.
Absolutely.
And that's why you see a lot of young teams that have a young core. You're like, damn, they're talented, but they struggle with how to win and close out games. But the only way you learn that is to go through it, go through those disappointments, go through those tough losses, and then you grow from it.
And that's what is so interesting that you say that, because even Sav, like Milwaukee was playing, and I think it might have been the Clippers, and it wasn't before it started, but they just kept trying to go in to Giannis, and they didn't have nobody, they didn't have nobody else to win. So when Jimmy talk about you can have all the talent, you can have the shooters, but can you win when it's time to win? Can you buckle down, Dre and Jesse, and get a win? And even with the Celtics, and I love the game. Yep. Who can buckle down and say it's time to go? And well, we know we ain't got to really figure it out because JJ there, that's your team. So and Dre, you know, LA, Lakers, so we got people that's gonna pay attention to see if any of that is true.
No, he's true. Everything he said.
I don't have a dog in the fight.
Exactly.
Said, well, who do you want to win? I said, I don't care. I just want to see. I want to see the best two teams play. Whoever the best two teams are.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see.
Right.
You know, I don't. I'm not. I want to see the Lakers. I want to see the. No, I don't care. When it was Golden State and Cleveland going back to finals, people was like, "Well, I'm tired of them." I'm like, "Well, you tired of seeing championship teams?"
Good basketball. Good basketball.
I mean, I know you have your favorite, and I don't have favorites. So I love to see the best of the best compete, and whoever can get there to prove themselves that they belong there, then okay, let's make it happen. Let's see what goes down.
That's what I'm talking. See, that's the Jay we know. See, that's what this grind is right here. That's why this opportunity is so great. And man, we cannot get like I was like Leah. getting a little tongue-tied having you, man. And again, the city is just glad that you get a chance to see it. You're going to bring that back to us. We definitely going to have you back to tell us more about it. And just want to thank you for your time, man, because what time is it there?
Same time. I mean, I'm East Coast. See, last time you called me, I think I was back at home in L.A.
Okay.
It was early.
Yeah.
But here, here it is, man. I'm about to go golfing, bro.
Oh.
So but here, that's all you can really, because I don't want to, again, I just hang around here during most of the game, when the games are playing, just watch basketball. That's all it was. And I go golfing. C-Web, my boy G, Greg Anthony, some other cats here. We just go play. It's easy. You walk right to the course. Later on, have some rum, have a little cigar, 2 or 3, whatever it may be, and enjoy the moment, man. So it's all good.
And you get that, man, and you there kind of in a semi-vacation, so definitely want you to just enjoy that. And thank you.
It's a beautiful thing, man. We've been talking to the great Jim Jackson people, Ohio State legend, man, NBA veteran, man, accomplished professional, state champion.
Don't forget
friend
that.
of mine, ex-teammate, all that mentor. I didn't tell him how he helped me, though. I didn't tell him.
The first city. Put that in there.
The first city school to get that.
Okay, we don't want to discount.
Oh, so
that.
we ain't got to go if you're trying to go in there, because
let them know. Let them know where it is.
Oh, he said, let's go there then.
Act like they forgot. Sometimes they act like they forgot.
Now you just set him up. Now, Jay, they in here. You gonna be able to look in the room shortly.
Wait a minute. When did Matt Cumber win the state championship?
Hey, what you talking about? 89.
I'm asking the
Oh,
question.
okay. I'm just
Hey, look, they both with Dre Sav.
You scared me, Jess. I didn't know if you meant that.
No. Because I remember.
Who asked that question?
Jesse asked that question. I remember when y'all won the state championship. That's the first time I met you, Jimmy. When after y'all won the state championship, I was in 6th grade.
Wow.
5th grade, actually. And you came to my classroom, and I'm like, man, that's the great Jimmy Jackson. You was a high school student. I was an elementary kid, so I was like, this is a celebrity. Man. So eventually, I started going to the Catholic club with my dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's when I said, man, these guys, it was Jimmy Jackson, it was Kelvin Ramsey, it was Dennis Hobson, it was my dad playing. Bruh. Man, it was like
walking into high school when he was there. He was already celebrity. Like, I'm gonna tell man, since we got the time to tell you before he go, man.
He said he got golf. He bouncing a different ball right now.
I'm good.
Yeah, look, let me say something.
Hey, listen. The golf course ain't going nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. You rock it with us now.
Let me tell you about my experience at the Catholic club.
Okay.
See, you got to preface. People don't understand what the Catholic club meant to hooping back in the day.
Right.
So let you preference, because we heard it, Toledo.
You gotta say it. You gotta say it though.
Well, actually, that's what got my motivation. Okay. When I was younger, that's why my mom used between the boys club and the Catholic club. My mother worked at LOF downtown, so she would drop me off at it's a summer program. Sometimes we would go in the winter too, on the weekend, but would drop me off at the Catholic club. So at the Catholic club, you had A group, B group, C group, depending on your age.
Yep.
Go swimming, you do all that kind of stuff. And then you had gym. But as you got away from it, one time we created like Myron Watkins, my boy Damon Smith.
Big shout out to the fellas.
All these guys created this little basketball team, older guys.
Yeah.
With the younger guys, we couldn't play. So we created our own little team. So we would play against them, right? But they would never let me play because I was too young. I said, all right. So that gave me the motivation. So when I finally got a chance to play at the Catholic club, my freshman, sophomore year, I was giving it to them. But then here's a funny story. My freshman year, when I started varsity, I'm playing point guard. We playing Bowser. Myron Watkins was point guard for Bowser. I had that game circled. We playing the game, I'm giving it to him. And then during it was a free throw or something, I said, shit, you remember that time y'all wouldn't let me play with y'all at the Catholic club? That's why you getting it right now.
Yeah.
But that Catholic club gave me the motivation because those guys were older. And I said, man, if I could play with those guys, I'm going to be good.
Man,
that's exactly.
That's
but that was my experience going to the Catholic club.
But that's what it was like, though. It was serious business in there, though.
Yeah.
What he's saying. But then, as you say that, yeah, he was good. So getting to high school and seeing this cat, knowing that coming in, though, that he was all that, and now that I have the opportunity to tell you, man, this is the thing. I watched this cat be in the white hot glare, and I often tell people this, and I don't know if he'll acknowledge this or even accept it. But this man was LeBron before it was LeBron. In terms of him being, and he was bigger and stronger than everybody, but his footwork, he was graceful. He moved silky, and how he did things though. And he talk about cerebral. So I'm letting you know this, since I thought it would be another day, but since it's here and the Lord is moving, you know what I'm saying? I watched you, man. I watched you handle attention. I watched ESPN come around. You made everybody in that program feel like we better ball players because we was in the situation with you. That attitude you brought from the Catholic club. You reigned over the Scott Bulldogs. Respect to them all, man. I love them boys. But in the 4 years that Jim Jackson was on the scene, it was a rough go when we came through. You understand me? And he knew that, and it was a mind thing, right? Like he said, it was a mental thing, and he had that edge over people, man. I just want to congratulate you because young kids don't see that example. You don't get enough credit for what you did do and how cold your game was because of the injury, and after that then all the teams and this and that, and they try to talk like you was a lesser player because of that. Some people do, but those of us who understand what's really going on, man, shots and respects to you, man. Love, brother. Peace and blessing cover on you and your whole life, man, with everything you've done, man. In the city, whoever got something crazy to say, man, you wear it proud for
come
us,
see
bro.
you, Dre, about Jimmy.
Man,
but it's cool though.
But
you know what's so.
You know what's interesting is that I was blessed, Dre. You know this. I had my challenges like my freshman year. It wasn't easy because real talk. When I came in as a freshman, I started JV, and we're playing at Lyria. we're playing Willard, Ohio. Our JV game got done, and we lost. I'm at the end of the bench on varsity. Chester McFadden was kind of like the guy.
Yep.
We had
Chet.
Who else? Chet. Yeah, Chet was kind of like the guy. But then we had Keith McClure, who was one of the starting point guards.
Okay, Keith.
We had Durrell. What was Durrell's last name? Jughead.
Yes.
Okay, so we had guards that were seniors. So I'm on the bench. I'm clowning. I ain't getting in the game. We losing. Then Schroeder calls me and is like, get in the game. I'm like, huh? Like, you talking to me?
You said be ready.
So I jumped in. He put me at the point. We ended up coming back. We didn't win. I had maybe 6 points, 6 rebounds, six something like that. So next day in school, we out there. Then he's like, I want you to move up to varsity. I was like, what? I don't want to play varsity. He's like, why not? I said, because I don't want to sit on the bench. I want to play with Craig McWhorter. I want to play with all my boys.
Yeah.
Right? He was like, no, I want you to move. So I'm pissed. I have no choice. I have no choice.
And everybody looking at you like, what, Dre, what up?
They're like, all right, but he moving them to varsity because Keith McClure's Kevin played varsity his freshman year, so did Chester. So it wasn't no big thing. I'm like, all right, I'm on the bench. We go to Lyria. We're in the locker room. Just got done watching JV squad lose. We in the locker room. I'm sitting there, like, man, I'm be on the bench. He put the starting lineup on the board.
Oh, man.
There was my name.
Oh,
Not only was my name on there, it was at point guard. Okay? So that means Kevin and Jughead, the guys that were seniors, were now regulated to more of a backup role.
So wait, Jimmy, you felt like this? You felt like this?
No, I was like, I knew the attitude. I knew it would cause problems.
Right. You knew it was coming.
Because they seniors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They seniors. They like, man, we grinded all the time. They come this freshman who ain't played. Now you go start him over us?
Woo.
So I had to deal with that for most
mental
of my freshman year. But here's the difference. And Dre understands this. I continued to put in the work, and then it got to a point where they couldn't deny it.
Right.
Okay, so I ended up averaging 16, 17 points my freshman year. But we ended up going to the regional finals, against Auburn, because we were Division II that year. They miscounted our boys.
Unexpected.
So we missed the state finals going to the state my freshman year. But I was the point guard. So it's funny how things work, but during my high school career, because of all of us Think about this, bro. Mook, David Smith, Myron Bell.
Oh,
Cooter,
man.
Fat
Oh, man.
Yep.
Okay. All of them were my rivals because they went to King. I went to Nathan Hale. They went to
King
Robinson. I went
Cougars.
to the Bowl. Okay. But then we ended up saying, man, why don't we just go to Macomber together? Because Bubby was their football coach.
Shout out to Bub. He listening.
Bub. So I played football with them my freshman year.
Yep.
And tell him how he took you off the football because you could have been tight end. You could have been Gronk on him.
Okay.
You could have did the Gronk.
Yeah, I was pretty good at football. So,
Mick Earl gonna have to get some of this. You got to get some of this to Mick Earl now. You got to get some of this.
Earl.
You gonna have to get some of this to the juice now.
And Mr. C was involved. Yeah, man, absolutely.
But that's how we got together at Macomber because we were rivals. But we said, you know what? We'd be better off going instead of them going to Scott, me going to DeVilbiss.
Come together.
We went to Macomber, and then I was blessed that my teammates were who they were in order for us to win. It was a grind, bro. Freshman year, make it to the regional finals. I'm thinking, we every year. Well, the next year we lose to Libby in the district finals.
Shout out to the Cowboys.
My junior year, my sophomore year we lose to Whitmer. My junior year we lose to Libby. But then finally, my senior year, we get to the point where everything comes together. Number one team in the state, so people don't understand the Cincinnati Woodward game.
Yeah.
I had 28, 29. Well, I don't know, 25. I don't know what
You
it was.
know.
No, seriously. It was 20 something. I know that.
All right.
But if it wasn't for David Smith, who got hot in the second half,
right,
we don't win that game.
Tell him, man.
So you see what I'm saying? It's the little things like that. Yeah, I may have gotten a lot of the credit, but James Wright played well. Donnie Dobbs
was the assassin.
David, the way he played, he was our Marcus Smart in regards to enthusiasm on the court. Talk crazy stuff all the time. But we needed him. So when Dre talks about the team and the people and the makeup, and even Schroeder had his part from the mental perspective of how to approach
the Phil Jackson. What did he feel? He was like Phil.
Yeah, always talking about the mental part. So when I look back at it, I've always been blessed, like at Ohio State, and especially in high school, to have great teammates. More importantly, great friends. You know what I mean?
Solid.
And that's what's important.
Speaking of teammates, when you went to Dallas, and there was Jason Kidd, then you had Jamal Mashburn. I thought that, okay, this is about to be a great Western Conference come up for the Dallas Mavericks. Mm-hmm. What was the dynamic between you three? I mean, I've heard some things, and I we talked about it before outside of this atmosphere. But what was the dynamic between you, Jason, and Jamal?
Well, here's the thing. I was the first one there, and then just Jamal came. No, but I want to do it in chronological order because you got to understand the context.
Right.
Okay.
I got drafted in 92. Jamal was 93. Jason was 94.
Yep.
Jamal and I played together his rookie year, my second year. Mm-hmm. Then Jason came. All this, I've been through the story 18,000 million times.
Right.
Everybody want to say, well, it was Tony Braxton. Man, come on, man, cut the game. It ain't had
Toledo, period. Okay, then.
It ain't had nothing to do with that.
Right.
The time I was there, Jason, Jamal, and I never played 82 games together. Yeah. I got hurt my third year, 51 games into the season. Mm-hmm. That's Jason's rookie year. The next year, Jamal gets hurt, 20-some-odd games with his knee. Then the following year, we all get traded. Yep. So we never played. Now, couple that with, I had, during my 5+ years, 3 different ownership groups, 4 different coaches.
Yeah.
And that equals instability. Mm-hmm. That was the issue with the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
If we didn't have a stable franchise and injuries cost us from kind of growing together. Yeah, we had our individual things going on here and there, but every team got that. But you're able to get through that if you have the right type of management. I don't care if that's business, the business of basketball, the business of healthcare, the business of technology.
Preach.
If your upper management is not stable, it's going to affect your product, which happens to be the players on the court. And that's bottom line what happened in Dallas.
Dig that. Talking to Jim Jackson here all morning, people. This is a serious exclusive. Jim, real quick before we get out of here with you, man, because I didn't think I'd get a chance to say it, and God may never give me a chance again. Because I do want to ask you this. I don't know if you remember this. I'm going to spin it back to high school real quick, and you talking about Schroeder and how he used to do things. Now think about the open gym structure. And I have to say this too because the result, and I'm going to talk about basketball and just a long story short, what it did for my life. If I don't play basketball, I don't get to Defiance College or anything else, and the rest is history, yada, yada. I'm probably out here in the street. So that's key. This, I want to say, the game of basketball. So spin it back to Schroeder's open gym. And you know he would pick 4 captains, and then everybody would be on the wall, right? Let me make sure I'm clear on that. Is that your recollection? You remember how open gym used to go?
Yeah.
So there was one time, I'm thinking, I'm probably a freshman. I'm coming off maybe a sophomore, but I'm coming off to get cut twice at Old West End. So I ain't played nothing. Earl gave me the look. I ain't played no ball. So I got to Malcolm. Earl let me play and brought me in. So we had this open gym. Jim, do you remember, man, one time you picked first pick in the open gym, you picked me, bro, to start the team. I don't know if you recall that, but certainly I'll never forget it.
Absolutely.
You understand me? And I told you one time I was going to tell you, you know what I'm saying, what that did, because right there started something, man. And I'm sitting here right now, you know what I'm saying, without the game, I'm not sure what my life is. But I didn't have no belief in my game or nothing. But then on top of that, I knew I was running with you. And when you know what I'm saying, I was running. But I didn't have what he said. I didn't have time to be terrified. I was terrified.
Yeah.
But I knew not to drop. If he throw you that ball, if he drop, you don't drop that ball. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? It's that thing. Because I'm out here because you had that kind of energy. I just want to thank you, man, for that. Like I said, I don't know if you had no recollection of that. But that's really real. That's a pivotal and seminal moment as I sit here, man, as a grown man. I ain't much younger than you. You know what I'm saying? As you approach that 50 and that 5-0, I'm hoping I see that boy in a minute, right? But I'm just saying, man, I just want to thank you for that, man. And like I said, and salute. You know what I'm saying? That energy, man, because I'm not sure why you did that. You know, I don't know why you did that.
But
you know what I'm saying?
You should have wasn't the last pick.
No, I should have been.
He was first. He was giving. Hey, Jesse, don't do that.
Pick, Jesse.
It's
supposed to have been that.
Don't do that, Jesse.
Maybe,
man,
look, Jimmy, before you say anything, maybe Jimmy saw you the other 3 open gyms that you were going to, and you kept getting picked last. And Jimmy was like, you know what?
He had to feel sorry. But it's supposed to have been the last.
And
pick,
you know,
bro.
and
he kicked it off.
And that's why this is so great, because Jimmy, that's what Jesse just did, man. Jesse put the wheels together and brought the team. And when we get a chance to bring, because I like that lane right there of the chemistry and being set. Because when Lil Jerry, now he's about to go get some of that. Lil Jerry's about to do that, Jimmy, being with the team and his dad.
Well, listen. And before I get out of here, let me say this. And Dre, that's a great story, and true because it's that person that believes in you when you kind of don't believe in yourself.
You just confirmed it. It's confirmed.
It's like what Schroeder did with me when he said, "No, I see more in you than you see in yourself. That's why I'm gonna push you." So, my defining point was, after my freshman year, like Melvin Newbern at the time was the guy.
Okay? Give him that then, Jay.
So I used to go ride by Melvin's house when he lived off of Oakwood, and Forest. So I would go
say it, Jay.
By there.
Expect the
Melvin
unexpected.
Became my mentor. So Melvin would take me with him to Detroit on Sundays to go play.
Oh.
Okay? That's when I knew. When I was after my freshman year, when I would go to Detroit with him on Sundays and we would go play at St. Anne's against all these dudes, and I would finally get my chance to play and play well. You talking about a confidence boost.
Right.
But if it wasn't for Melvin, who said, "No, I'm going to take you. I got you. Are you rolling with me?" That same thing, Dre, he saw something, that I had an opportunity to do. And by the way, that was the only time we lost to Scott too, my freshman year. When he was there. But it was a close game. But what I'm saying is, he took me under his wings at a young age and said, "This is what you need. Instead of me telling you, I'm gonna show you what it is in a different environment." And that right there in itself is I think all of us can go back and point to a defining moment in our life where somebody just pulled our coattail or showed us something and said and gave us that confidence. And a lot of times it's not in words, it's in action. That said, you know what, you can do it if you do this. So that's why I say, bro, I'm so blessed. And when I reflect back on my life, on everything, the ups and downs, the disappointments, the injuries, but to be where I'm at in my life, I got peace. I got peace of mind. And that's priceless. You can never replace peace of mind. I don't care how much money
you can say that. You can say that. It's that. We got you. We got you.
I was about to get Woodstock on you.
No, it's cool. We got you. I got you, big guy. Don't go nowhere.
But you just we put so much onto, especially today with social media, on how we got to impress people and who we need to be and all of this, and we forget the basic essence of life, which is to be happy, to have that peace of mind. And if you don't have that, you're going to always continue to search for something that's not there, for somebody else to give you and fill that void when you can't fill it yourself.
Right.
And that's just my message to people. I don't care what you do in your life. Look, what y'all doing right now with this podcast is phenomenal. You know why? Because you got love behind it, and that's something you want to do. You know, and that's the essence of it.
Tree's crazy.
You know what, Jimmy? Let me say something. When I came to Brooklyn during the Big 3 championship in 2000, was that 18 that we saw you there?
That first year.
Yep, your first year.
The first year, was the first year or the second year we were in Brooklyn?
Yep, the second year was in Brooklyn. The first year was in Detroit.
In Brooklyn. The first year, we was in New York. We was in Madison Square Garden.
Right.
But go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
When I came there and we talked about doing a basketball league here, a 3-on-3 basketball league, and you gave me some advice that I probably didn't take heed at the moment. You told me if I'm going to do this, surround myself with people who are going to have the same passion and vision for what you want to do. Don't surround yourself with people that you know, or that wants to jump on board and are your friends and family, because they don't have the same passion and vision as you. So I didn't take heed and didn't listen at the time. But this time around, when I started the 419 grind, started the podcast, I said, you know what, I'm gonna listen this time. And bring on people who I probably don't agree with all the time.
Absolutely.
Personally. But I know their passion, I know their vision, and I know what to expect from them. They know what to expect from me. And that's why this thing is growing. And I just want to thank you for that advice. Even though those words probably you didn't think it would make an impact, but it did. It made a huge impact on what I do right now.
I know you can't say nothing, Jimmy. I know, brother.
No, much love. I mean,
just respect, man. Respect, bro. You know what I'm saying? Respect. It's all, man. And it's all good.
If I didn't listen,
he was eating. Oh man, what you over there eating?
No,
you had something.
Listen. It's some advice I should have taken from people that I didn't, because I thought I knew.
Right.
Then it came back later on. But that's what I told my son. I said, listen, here's how you evaluate things. You're going to make a decision based on what you think is right or wrong, okay? And now you got to deal with that decision, whatever it is, the good, the bad. But you ultimately made the decision. And sometimes when we're younger, we have tunnel vision. We already have in mind what we want. But we don't have enough life experience, to understand what this pitfall, what this may hold us back. This is it. But that's the part of going through it. You gotta go through the stuff that hurts in order for you to feel that pain, to say, okay, now I understand. And I'm not saying the pain for you, Jesse, but you had in mind what you wanted to do and how you wanted to go, and it didn't quite work out that way. But now you had an opportunity, because you grew from it. When you put this together, guess what? Your decision making was a lot better.
Yes, it was.
Because you already been through that before.
Right.
That's the same way with me and anybody else. You know, I got hit on the head a few times, but I learned from it. So it's all good, man. I love it, man. As long as you give back to that person when this thing really blows up and they want to pick your brain about how to do it, don't forget to give that back to them. Yeah. That little knowledge.
Right.
True indeed. That's it, people. Hey, that's the great Jim Jackson on you, 419. That's your own right there. And you know he's global. That NBA brand extends all the way, man. So again, man, NCAA great. All of it, brother. We appreciate you, man, being on this, man. being involved.
Yeah, appreciate
giving your energy
Anytime,
like
man.
you did
Appreciate
it too,
your
man.
time.
It's gonna have to be a part 2 though. We gonna say because Mick Earl wants some of it and Amazing Maze. So
I know it's
Maybe
been a
do
minute,
something
man.
during the playoffs or something.
Man, it's been a minute
That
too
works.
since you've been on Black and White. He kicked it off. I didn't tell y'all that. See, I didn't even say he blessed me
For sure.
on the very first show. It wasn't no listener or nothing. He came and said, "Nah, it's easy to get him on. It's hot now, so they can bring him on." Like,
Yeah.
Nah, he did
All
it
right.
with no audience. Him and Hop hit
And
me
that's-
on the first run.
and that's why this
Thank
is
these brothers, man. Thank you, man.
the 419 podcast, the #1 urban podcast radio show in the country, Rise and Grind morning show with your boy Big Trice
Jesse.
I'm sad.
and our girl Leah Renee. Want to thank y'all listening. Watch it on YouTube. Jay, share it on
Hey,
YouTube.
Leah, next time, don't let them take all your time, okay?
She
These boys
stepped
right
away.
here-
She stepped away, but she gonna bring you on. She gonna bring you on her real talk. So you
Yeah,
got to give her that.
Me and Leah go do that because y'all cut her out.
It's official. It's stamped. He said it. It's recorded. You gonna reshare it, Jimmy, and she gonna get that.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace and
I'm going
blessing, King.
golfing.
All right.
Enjoy the games when they restart, brothers.
Yes,
Sure
sir.
did, bro. Be safe.
Be safe.
Later.
Wow,
That's him. There that is.
that was exclusive.
Jesse, you've done it. That was another one. That's a classic. This week has been heavy.
I can see
You
when
should
they
have frozen and put it back and ran it back, man. That's sick, man. The week is crazy.
Hey, so Trey, what do you think of the show?
It's fire, man. Like, it's pure, man. It's like ain't nothing fake. Like y'all got passion for this, and I love it. I love that y'all got all this passion, and I believe in this, and I like being a part of this. For real.
Wow, and
Respect, King.
we
I
hearing
love it.
we hearing Trey, and Trey, to hear you say that, man, and you heard the iconic. You hear everybody talk about him and Jimmy Jackson. Now you met it, and now and it's a little different coming from you, Marquis, actually taking notes. And so when we hear the Queen point of view, so what you take from it?
It's interesting. Everybody had the points that they hit, and it was a pleasure, like, hearing him, like, because, you know, hearing about him and knowing that he's from Toledo. And then I was also over there, like, looking up stuff like, okay, let's see what he about
Did your
and
research?
stuff.
You was over there researching.
Okay.
And then, the vibe was cool. It was like chemistry, like y'all was just at a family barbecue cookout or something, just chilling and talking.
That's what's up. And so as y'all get to continue to learn and see that, and you see when people say, and you're going to see this, Marquia, you're going to see this, Trey, and they're going to be like, y'all know them, you know Dre Sav, you know Jesse, you know Big Trice, you know Jimmy. Y'all going to be like, yeah, and it's documented and recorded that y'all can share. And that's what's big. And I like what you said, and that's huge in this environment. You said it was like a family reunion, like everybody knew each other on the phone. Any final points, man, that we get out of here?
I just want to say it's been a great week to have Dre Savage and Big Trice and the interns here. We just launched this show, and Leah, and shout out to Vic Coleman, our partner. It's been an awesome week. We just started this show, and
straight energy.
We can do nothing but grow from here. And I appreciate your talent. I say this every day. I appreciate your talent, and thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. No,
Hey, that's it. No, brother. Absolutely, man. Ain't nothing to say, man. Like I said, I'm just humble, bro. You know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm tripping out with the whole experience. I'm telling you, I'm tweaked out for real. I gotta go get on the plane.
Make sure you like us on Facebook. Go to the website. Support this, because we're going to support you. It's the most interactive, engaging podcast over the air right now, and you're listening to the all-new Rise and Grind morning show.
I'm sorry, big dog, my bad too, Jesse. Let me say, because we're gonna have Dre back on Saturday morning, and he'll follow up. We follow up from the party on Black and White Sports.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk to him about some heavy things, man, and do that with him, man. So Saturday, 7 a.m., 106.5 The Ticket FM, and also we'll be on Facebook Live, Black and White Sports Radio Show. So that's what that is, man. Plug in with us early a.m. And if you don't, we'll run it back like the podcast.
Y'all know
like
us.
the 419 grind.
It's the Hometown Live with your boy Big Trice, Dante Mays, and Amazing. Hear me.
Hey, what time does that come on?
That comes on at 11. Right on the juice.
On the JUC.